This week I'm going to make videos on health, and I'm starting off with a video on actually image, how my body has long been a sticking point. I didn't really like it. I grew up and I was always the skinny kid, lanky, I felt too tall, and all that kind of stuff. Turns out what it actually was emotions, because when I was 265 pounds and I was a big guy. I had the height to carry it off. Thank you, I never really believed that, whoever told me that. But also, when I was super skinny in this last year, I still had this thing around my body, and it had nothing to do with weight. Because how can I be dissatisfied with my body when I'm 265 pounds and still dissatisfied with my body when I'm 145 pounds? It's because it's internal. For me, what I've learned is that I have emotions. I had emotions. Some of them are still there. That were preventing me from actually accepting me the way I am. Ironically, as I look back, the more personal development work I've done, I'll call it personal development work, I have become much more comfortable with my body and actually grown into, I quite like the way I look. Actually, I'll tell you the truth. I love the way I look, and I have to be careful of that. I've never taken selfies. There's not really many photos of me that I took. So, because I never liked the way I looked. But now, I was literally taking a selfie of this thing behind me so that I can put it on the thumbnail. And I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I'm more comfortable with myself. Maybe I look better, maybe I don't. But certainly shaving off the beard and the hair recently helped. And that, you want to hear a funny story? I was on the train to Machu Picchu, and I got stuck with 3 young Korean ladies, and we got talking, and they showed me their Instagram. And I showed them mine, and they saw this one photo of me when I was on Route 66. And I took a photo, and I look like I do now, sort of. And it's with the sunset, and this one woman goes, Adam Levine. And it was so funny, because I had this big beard, and I knew it was going to come off at some point. I just wanted to see how big it would grow. I started growing that beard when I lost so much weight, and there was like indentations in my face, and I was trying to hide the weight loss. Somehow, by looking like I did, and then her saying what she did, I don't know. I thought, well, maybe many of us have this idea in our minds that we look a certain way that the rest of the world don't see. Certainly with confidence as well. For a lot of my life, people have said, but Mark, you seem really confident. And it's because it's like the swan going across the pond. You don't see the feet. Actually, I like that. Waggling underneath. I'm looking at myself. God, is this video going to go out? It sounds really narcissistic. I don't think I am. But with anything in life, I like entertaining the thought that possibly I am. Whatever it is. Here's a weird thing. How am I fully comfortable with my sexuality? I consider the fact I might be gay. It's possible. I don't think I am. But then at the same time, it's possible. Lots of men come out of the closet halfway through their lives. So it's possible. Can I say it? Is it a fear? Not really. It's like lots of men spend their lives happy, and then they look back and they go, well, I think I was gay. God, I'm not sure I'm going to send this one out. I might do. Honestly, I'm not sure. Which is why I admit to the fact that it may be possible. When I was an alcoholic, I thought to myself, no, I've just got a hard life. I've got bad circumstances. I've got bad emotions, and all the rest of it. But actually, turns out I was an alcoholic. And by saying I was an alcoholic, I was able to recover from it. I'm just adding this in afterwards. I am not saying that gay men are alcoholics. I'm saying that when I was alcoholic, I was miserable, and it wasn't until I could admit that I was alcoholic that I could actually start doing something in my life. I'd much prefer to be gay and happy than I would straight and unhappy. Most of my life, I didn't like the way I looked. By working on the low vibration emotions, that shame especially, right at the bottom. That fear that I'm not enough, and that people look at me and they think they think I'm not enough, which is so important when they say other people's opinions of me are none of my business. Because the more I invest in how other people see me, the more I will kind of change the way I look so that you guys like me more. And I hide my authentic self. And that's what happened early on to get the shame in the first place. That feeling of not being okay, needing to hide Mark, believing that I needed to alter who I am and how I show up in the world was what gave me the shame. And it perpetuates because I never felt good enough. And then as I tried to change, long story short, I've done a lot of work on shame and fear. I talk about it on camera because it's really challenging to talk about on camera, having hidden it for all my life, which is why I talk about it on camera. It's a weird thing. It's the same as the way to get over loneliness is to be alone. I've spent most of the past 2 years alone, and I feel not so alone. Actually, what I'm really looking for now, having learned to be comfortable in my own company, is companionship, and I'm certain that she's going to turn up at some point. Maybe it'll be a him, but that's for another day, possibly. I don't know. Anyway, this is a off-the-cuff video, and it probably seems it. I'm very happy. This is Bell Rock. Super happy to be here with Victor Odo this weekend for a workshop. He's my old coach, and super happy to be back in Sedona. I'm happy with the way I look. I'm happy with the way I feel. That has come by walking through some old memories, understanding where that low bottom emotional crud came from, and sitting with it, which is the hardest thing. It's like being alone. God, that's hard. I've got a fear meditation. It's actually not a fear meditation. It's a reducing fear meditation. I put it on when my thoughts are paralyzing me. When my prefrontal cortex has gone offline and my limbic system is going run, or freeze, or whatever it is. It's in the link in the description below. If you want it, just click it and it'll you can download it. I put it on to kind of wind back and understand that most of the fear I feel isn't real. My name's Mark. This is The Emotional Alchemist. Thanks for watching.